Hi everyone, Strupes here again. Looks like we are going against a Chewy deck. I put in competitive lobby, so we'll see what they do. The sideboard here, the Fang Fighters, Wolf, those are mostly against control, so we'll see. I mean, Chewy gives Sentinel to stuff. We have a number of ways main deck to get rid of that. Whoop. Looks like they disconnected. Not sure what. Maybe they were a little impatient. It takes a minute for the thing to load up. Plus I talk for a few seconds, so we'll see. But it's not making my sideboard reappear, so we'll see what happens when they come next. But I'll just kind of go over this real quick since it's a newer match. Okay, it looks like against Alpha again. Alpha, we played Alpha before on a double cunning list. They try and loop that. Yeah, it looks like we can't sideboard here, so no, we can't bring in any control cards, but I think that's okay. We're gonna decide to go first here. I don't think we would side in Fang or Wolf. Doesn't really make sense. I guess I would maybe think about Starfighters, but let's see. I don't think we'll mulligan here. They do have bounce, which is less like if we use Wing Leader to put experience on our A-Wing and they bounce it, can be not quite so fun for us. I think the Spec Force Soldier is not quite so great. They're not in blue. This battalion, it can't even get rid of Thrawn, but I don't know if we want to be honest. On the ground, I guess it can still overwhelm stuff. Maybe we'll do that X-Wing. Just depends on, yeah, like, are we arena dodging them? I think we want to go space when we can go space. Since they're in black, yellow, though, they've got a really good card in 7th Fleet. So, maybe we'll go ground now that I'm flip-flopping. We'll claim here because we don't want to lose out on the initiative. Okay, and then usually want like one copy of Wing Ceremony for the ECL turn, so maybe we'll resource this Sabine. They could also waylay, so I think I'm gonna Wing Leader here, and we'll put the experience on if they want to waylay it and spend 3 to trade for, you know, that. Okay, but putting that 5 out and then just attacking their base for 5 seems good to me. Are they gonna use Thrawn to try and tap us down? Okay, they revealed Jabba to tap. What we want to do here, I think, then, is we're going to deal the damage to each base, because I'm assuming they still have stuff that they want to do. Yeah, with that Outer Rim Headhunter. Okay, so we'll claim here. The sideboard option that may have been good here would be a Rebel Assault, since that allows us to get up on action economy, attack with 2 units at once. I'm gonna be running Bib into there. Bright Hope is really good to tie up the fire spray. And this Green Squadron's good into that Outer Rim Headhunter, to be honest, because they're going to start tapping us down with that, but that doesn't come out for a little bit. It's just whether are we going to try and like full arena dodge them or not. So now's the decision. We could also use Bright Hope to get that Wing Leader back to our hand. I don't know if it's worth it to play around and do that kind of a thing as opposed to just like pushing as much damage as possible. So I'm going to resource that, and we're just going to try and like get everything out that we can. We're going to hit with the Marine first while it's open, I think. Just trying to think. I guess I could surprise strike with Bib into here. They're also, like, they'll get rid of this, so they've got to do multiple things. So I'm actually going to hit with Wing Leader first, assuming that they're just going to run that Headhunter into it. But it might be a little worse for us in the sense that they may have a way to try and get rid of that Marine, or at least tap it down again. Okay, they revealed another Headhunter. Then what we'll do is, I think we'll play Sabine, and we can Metal Ceremony with the Wing Leader if they let us do that. Maybe we'll deal the damage first and then deploy her. I don't know if they're going to see this line or think about Metal Ceremony necessarily. Okay, they will, because they'll play Bodhi. Sure. So then we can ECL this A-Wing into that Headhunter and keep more damage on board. Or we can try and save it to Steadfast next turn. I think we're going to save it. They'll do that. So now I think it's probably better to claim and ECL the Steadfast first thing instead of try and get that other little bit of damage on there. Because they're at 0 resources, so. Alright. We'd really like all of these, but if we're gonna we'll just full arena dodge them. Wing Leader's alright though, because it can buff Sabine up to 7. But in any case, they could have Cunning here too, but let's do this Steadfast, and we will ambush going over Bodhi. We'll do Gamorrean Guard on us. So now it's like whether we want to claim here or run this Battlefield Marine into it and then push a little on their base. We can play Dodonna next turn, which would help them survive. Shoot. But I'm really thinking we just want to be pushing. Dang, it's like kind of difficult. Let's push. Because they'll have Thrawn next turn. Let's put them at 11. We'll have 3, maybe like 10 on board, which is not a super high amount. But we could Wing Leader. We can't Wing Leader plus Dodonna because that costs 7. Their Cunning gives a 4 power boost. So even if we Wing Leader onto Sabine and they use like a Cunning on Greedo, even a Greedo can kill her from a Wing Leader. Oops, talking when we should have been passing. 4 cause is good here. That can help us get in our last few. But first things first, we want to hit for 7 with Steadfast. We'll resource R2. Hopefully we can chain for a cause, try and deal 8 that way. Although I think we've got 2 more Steadfasts in deck, so we could hit those, but it's like a 1 in, what, 15, 18 chance? Okay, so they'll Cunning here. I'm assuming they'll do it on the Outer Rim Headhunter to guarantee that damage, and they'll like tap us out. They didn't though. they randomly discarded us and exhausted. Okay. So, maybe we'll for a cause first, and then we want both of these really. So we'll top that, and bin those, and then we'll display the Battlefield Marine. Although maybe we should try and claim. It'll be interesting to see if they try and like push damage, if they deploy Thrawn, like what exactly they're going to do here. Because if they don't start trading for our units, even though they start with 5 more health, they might be in a bit of a bad position. I mean, they've got 8 on board compared to our 13. So we've like almost double on board what they do. And if we get initiative first, we're definitely getting 7. And then with the other for a cause, another 3, that's 11, which puts them at 26. But okay, they start to, yeah. Got rid of our steadfast there, which is alright. Yeah, because we can go up to 7, and we can... I think we want to be trying to like flood. So we're gonna opt to keep the cheaper unit so we can try and do both of these again. But since we're going first, I mean, we basically got to Sabine, get that in while we can. So they use Thrawn into that. Okay. So we'll play for a cause before they discard it. Okay, so we hit another one. So top, and then heroic sacrifice is honestly like a little worth considering too. If we do 4, that puts them... Okay, we got like 3 from that. So that puts 21. We can put out a K2. That's assuming we're at like 24. Plus assuming another 4, that'd be like 28. So this heroic sacrifice could win us the game if we can use it on K2. So I think we're going to leave that on top too, and then we'll bin both of those. Because I think that extra 2, assuming we've got one of these 2 units around at that point, will win us the game. Unless they decide to try and control the board and get rid of K2 right away, which would really be the best decision for them. But that's secret information that they don't really know. Yeah, I mean, if they don't have initiative with Thrawn, I mean, he basically can't do anything. Okay, so like right away we can 6, or okay, they're gonna no good to me dead, which is pretty good for them here too. Who'd they pick though? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna keep this all because we can play all of it. So we'll pass here. They did it on K2, but we can use heroic sacrifice on Sabine to deal 5, and then hopefully hit with for a cause. Okay, so we'll do this on the base with Sabine, puts them at 26. So if we hit with for a cause, we would also just play another K2 potentially, although we'd 3, 7, we need 7 for that. So we'll for a cause there, and I think, yeah, we hit them. So that will be match 1. GG's to GG, oh, not FF. GG's to them. Like I said, that will be round 1. Alright, going into match number 2 against a Boba blue deck. So we're going to decide to go first. I've never actually run into this deck before. This specific Sabine build is from the Cardboardia 4K. made by Jonathan Gonzalez. He came in 4th, and I think actually the 2nd place deck on this tournament was Boba Blue. So I think they're running all of the best cards in there. Vigilance on 6 for them. Maybe Chilled Sins, maybe main deck Devotions. If the deck is that similar, they can probably also loop with Bounty Hunters. So, could get pretty rough for us. Trying to think if we want to like arena dodge them. Try and just go space. We will not mulligan here. Just depends on like where we want to go. I really don't think we'll do R2 here. I think maybe we're gonna do Green Squadron in case they try and Inferno for us in space, because that is really rough for us when that happens, because if they can stick a Devotion on Inferno 4 or something, is gonna be difficult. We'll play that first. Plus, if we can get another one, or even just, do they claim? Sure. They might be Power of the Dark siding us too. We'll ping them. Then we'll pass. If I was them, I would be leading with Power of the Dark Side. So that's kind of what I'm assuming here, which makes our play significantly worse, because we're going to Fleet Lieutenant into nothing, if that's what happens. Although we could try and use For a Cause to... Okay, no good to me dead. That is not as terrible for us as it would have otherwise been. Although we still don't get like the damage out from it. We could try and like chain these. Next turn we can K2. I think we're just going to Fleet Lieutenant even though we can't attack. Just to have like the damage on board. I'm assuming they're just going to claim here. But we can deal the damage again. And then pass. This Bright Hope will be necessary should they be on Fire Spray. We're going to resource this Marine since we're at the point where we want to play K2SO. I don't think that this deck like runs Super Laser Blasts. At least the version of it that I'm that familiar with. We can ECL K2 over their Greedo, which might be worth it, because then we can damage them with it too. I'm sort of leaning on toward that line of play because it pushes the damage, even though we could ambush the Steadfast next turn. I think they're going to have to decide if they want to discard to Greedo. And it's a rough choice because if they do and kill K2, they're just going to take 3 more. Looks like they did not. So we'll pass there. We're on Mining Guild tie main deck, so this deck is not completely like the Cardboardia second place deck, because they did not main deck those. So we'll see how else it's different. They can get up to their Boba this turn. At least we will not be seeing a barrage from him. We're going to be keeping this other K2. And maybe just trying to start looping these for causes. Okay, so who do you want to attack with first? I think it's always Surprise Strike and stuff. I think I'm going to attack with Sabine first. What else do we have? And then A-Wing. So we got like a fair amount on board Are they just going to be attacking our base? Seems like a little bit of a weird decision to me, but alright. I guess they can vigilance next turn. Are they going to try and deal the 7 to Sabine? Let them deal the 7. Or draw. What can they do? They can like vanquish. They'll be at 6. Dooku takedowns and stuff. I guess worst case scenario they Childson for like 6. I think we'll say no. Because we can still play the Steadfast here. Just flat out play it. And then they'll claim, but we've got 7, 10, 14, 17 on board, which is a lot. Just like, okay, if we play fighters, then what else are we playing? It has Saboteur, so it gets around the big Childson. We have 2 K2SOs. I wouldn't normally resource one, but it's alright to do one here. So they're going to heal, but I'm thinking we're just going to be whacking the base. We'll give itself the 7, puts them at 21. Again, they don't want to kill the K2, but they had to, so we'll deal the 3 to their base. And then we can deal 6 more right here, though. I think, oh, not 6, 5 more here with Fleet Lieutenant, and then probably just finish them off with For a Cause. Because if we fleet that right into their base, I mean, yeah, all we got to hit is 1, which I think we do no matter what. So they'll claim, but I think we'll GG them there because we're just going to For a Cause, and right away they'll lose to that. So good game to them. That is match number 2. Alright, looks like we're going into match number 3 here against a Luke deck. I know against Han and Chirrut that Michael Carlock and John Tata in their interview talked about slotting in U-wing reinforcements. So, but I don't, yeah, I'm still kind of like on the fence about what to take out. So maybe a Steadfast Battalion and a R2D2 or an R2D2. Just because I think the Steadfast line is still strong against, 6, 7 health leaders, that you can like ECL into them. So I don't want to get rid of them completely. Let's see what we've got here. Really nothing. So we kind of like have to mulligan. Not really a choice there. This is a lot better. Yandril may have a bright hope. So we kind of need to keep these Spec Force soldiers around. On the ground, they can have Echo Base, but Marines take care of the Echo Base. Kind of depends. We might just be trying to arena dodge them. So maybe we'll get rid of both of those and then go to A-Wings. And if they play a Spec Force, or if they play a Bright Hope, we can just Spec Force it. I don't know if they'll use Luke's action to give a shield. It doesn't look like it. In other matchups, you want to give a shield to the dispatcher if you think that the other deck will remove it. But they made the correct call there that we do not really have red removal. Okay, man, so even like Metal Ceremony, a Bright Hope has 6 defense, so it's not like we can use Metal Ceremony to get around it. We'd have to run like a bunch of A-Wings into it. So I'm thinking I'm going to resource one of those A-Wings, and then we'll just play another one up there. They're going to be able to ramp with their dispatcher. Okay, they ramped into the Bright Hope. So what we can do though is, it's just like, we can play both. So maybe we'll play the Spec Force soldier, make it lose the Sentinel for this round. Then we'll attack, play the other one. deal the damage. It's just whether we want to Metal Ceremony now. I don't think so. Maybe next turn. This red 3 will help too, because it will give another raid, so they'll deal 4 on attack. Although we're still gonna have to run 2 A-wings into it. Looks like they're gonna entrench. Oh, entrench their own guy. Okay, yeah, because they want to try and get rid of Sabine there. So maybe we'll hit before they can attack our Spec Force soldier. Whoa, they had double entrench there. This is gonna be difficult for us, because even if we play their red 3, and they're just gonna kill whatever we run into it. Although they can't attack our base, they're just trying to stall. Man, okay. Let's see. And then, but the problem is if we play like a red 3 into it, they're just gonna kill our red 3 right away, too. So maybe we'll go Sabine, or just deal the damage, see what they're gonna do. Yeah, and then just feels like 1, yeah. And then we're just, yeah, we're basically, yeah, that entrench on that Bright Hope, I mean, it kind of makes it so, I mean, like, there's nothing really we can do here. We're gonna probably just end up arena dodging them on the ground now ourselves, so I don't even know if it's worth trying to just like attack into that. It's just kind of like a waste of our actions probably to do that. So have they, maybe they're just passing. We're gonna for a cause here. We can ECL this, so I think we might leave that on top. I know most of the time we're just looking for another for a cause. But we'll Metal Ceremony, make Sabine a little bit larger. And if they claim here, I mean, we might as well run this into there and pass. Not like it hurts anything. Although now we do not want these space units, although red 3 is probably better than that. Okay, we'll just ECL him, and we will do it, and we're gonna give the +2/+2 to Sabine. And then we'll attack with Sabine there. So we've been able to push like a fair amount, even though, let's see if they have like another entrench and try and like dodge us that way. These Pathfinders will be good though. Maybe we resource up to 7 in the chance that we draw our U-Wing. Looks like they're going to try and get Luke out first, but we're going to attack while we can. Alright, then we're going to for a cause them. We leave K2 on the top, and the rest will go into the graveyard. If we draw another for a cause, we'd be in pretty good shape. It depends on how much they can heal between then and now. Looks like they're passing. I mean, like, we'll play that, and so even if they drop the Echo Base, I mean, like, we can straight deal 2 from that Pathfinder. And we have a Spec Force soldier, so they'll go first, but they really need to try and get rid of Sabine here. Because Sabine is... They just claim again? Well, it looks like they did. Maybe that they didn't have anything to play, but I think, I mean, that's it. GG to them. I'm not sure why they claimed there. I kind of wish that it would like flip hands, although I kind of know why it doesn't. You know, just so you can like see. I think you can, like when you're in spectator mode, you can see what one of the players has resourced, but not like both. But yeah, I'm not sure. They had claimed right there at the end. They must not have had anything. If they had a U-Wing, they could have, I'm assuming they would play that and then try and drop the Echo Base, drop maybe another Bright Hope or something, or Echo Base, like try and spam the ground. Issue with that is we definitely had 2 on them here. and then they would have been at 29 no matter what. And then if we attacked with Sabine on attack, even if she can't get through, will deal damage to the base. So they were lethal on board unless they could somehow get rid of both of these things. And I don't think they have any ambush ground units, or that the Luke deck plays those. I know sometimes they play the gunship, the heroic yellow gunship that has ambush in the air. I don't think there's any yellow ambush or no, like ambush ground units. I guess maybe Akbar, if you spammed, they could have done 3 to the Pathfinder. That would have worked in their favor too. So only thing I can really think of is that they had no U-Wing to get anything out, because otherwise they had a number of outs with the U-Wing, or at least like last turn or two. But to be honest, even if they had all of that stuff, all of the best things, we would drop a K2 if we drew back into for a cause or something. And K2 is really great against them because they can't no good to me dead him. I guess they could entrench him, but even then they don't really want to do that because then he kills Luke and survives, and he's also got overwhelm, so you can, if you entrench him, he overwhelms some tiny dinky unit and still does damage to the base. So I mean, they're really kind of had no chance there at the end. But that will be match number 3. If you like the content, like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. And I will see you all later.